go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, I shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off. I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own, dancing on my own. I'll make the moves up as I go, and that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, I shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off. Shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off.
Hey, hey, hey! Just think, while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
My ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my god, but I'm just gonna shake into the fella over there with the hella good hair. Won't you come on over, baby? We can shake, shake, shake. Yeah. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 hate. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, I shake it off. Shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. Shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. You got to. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off.
Run away with me. Lost souls in reverie. Running wild and running free. Two kids, you and me. And I say, hey, 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 leave it like we're renegades. Hey, 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 leave it like we're renegades, renegades, renegades. Long live the pioneers, rebels and mutineers.
to be. Beautiful she goes, unnoticed she knows. No limits she craves, attention she praises. An image she prays to be sculpted by the sculptor. Oh, she don't see the light that's shining deeper than the eyes can find it. Maybe we're made of blind souls. She tries to cover up her pain and cut her woes away. 'Cause cover girls don't cry after the face is made. But there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change, it's hard. No scars, see you're beautiful. With stars and we're beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change, it's hard. No scars, see you're beautiful. With stars and we're beautiful. She has dreams to be an envy, so she's starving, you know. Cover girls eat nothing, she says. Beauty is pain and there's beauty in everything. What's a little bit of hunger? I can go a little while longer. She fades away, she don't see her perfect, she don't understand she's worth it. All that beauty goes deeper than the surface. Oh, oh. So to all the girls that's hurting, let me be your mirror, help you see a little bit clearer. The light that shines within. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change, it's hard. No scars, see you're beautiful. With stars and we're beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change, it's hard. No scars, see you're beautiful. With stars and we're beautiful. No better you than the you that you are. No better life than the life we're living.
Hello, everybody, and welcome out to San Diego, where today we will wrap up season number 2 of the Steel Titan Sports League. It's been an amazing season, and today we will crown a tour champion. But before we get into the show, as always, we would like to thank all of you who have served this amazing country that we live in every single day. We know that not all of you are from this beautiful country, but I would like to ask that all active military, first responders, and veterans please rise as we thank you for your amazing dedication to this amazing United States of America. I would like to now ask you all please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing
all shows this season have led to this moment, this amazing final show of season number 2 taking place in San Diego, where we will crown the Tour champion out here today. It's going to be a lot of fun. That will be at the end of the video where we'll find out who that'll be. But we started off with racing today in the left lane. We have Arian Goff taking on Donnie Sauce in the Bakugan Dragonoid. Again, the top 7 drivers of this tour will make it to the World Finals. I will also be unveiling the Showdown drivers at the end of this show. And the winner of this first race of the night by quite the landslide is Donnie Sauce in the Bakugan Dragonoid with a 13.78. That is a good time. Arian came very close but could not quite get it here in America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses Racing. The next race here in round number 1 in the left lane, we have Luke filling in for Zombie taking on Diego in the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Luke getting the opportunity to drive one final time here in season number 2 before we head into the World Finals. And he is going to go over the finish line. Oh man, he lost that race because he jumped to the wrong spot. And it is a 14.95 for Zombie and Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Man, that's a tough break. I hate how that does that. It reset him in a different position because he landed just to the left of the line, and Diego's moving on. Next up, we have Sky and Gravedigger taking on Daddy D and El Toro Loco, who leaves her at the line. Daddy D going very wide in that last turn. So does Sky, but he is going to breeze to this victory. Moving on with an easy win going into round number 2. Another fairly solid race here in round number 1. A 13.61. That's your fastest time of the day so far here in America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses Racing competition as Gravediggers knocked down in round number 1. Next, this race in the left lane will be between Jazz in Blue Thunder and Tyler in Max D. Very close going to that final jump. It's going to be close going to the finish line. But your winner by a hair will be Jazz in Blue Thunder. Able to get that win with a 13.43, a really good time for Jazz. Continuing with round 1 action today in the left lane, we have Vadim Waite in Soldier Fortune Ice taking on Lane Flores in Doomsday. These two are battling to be in the World Finals here. This is going to be a close race. Going to the finish line, Soldier Fortune took a shorter route to the finish. It almost cost him the race, but at the end, finding out who the winner is by these times. Your winner is Soldier Fortune Ice with a 13.38. That is the fastest time of the night so far. A great time for Soldier Fortune Ice, as that will put him in to round number 2. Now in round 1, again, Northern Nightmare. That is me in that left lane. Earthshaker does not compete. So it is a bye run for Northern Nightmare. The first bye run of the entire season. Trace could not make it out, and he does not get a sub anymore. So sadly, he is also not going to be qualified for the World Finals as he gets 0 points in this show. So sadly, Earthshaker's season is done. Northern Nightmare moving on to round number 2 with a 13.48. A pretty good time there. That's a top time. If I can keep that up throughout the competition, I might have my chance at that first racing win that I've been chasing for so long. Continuing along here in round number 1, we have Dragon. That is Doomsday 5155, also known as Keith, taking on Son of a Digger. That is Josh. They're both pretty close, but Doomsday has a fairly large lead going into this final jump. They're pretty close, though, now. But going over that final jump, your winner is indeed Keith. They both took interesting routes to get there, but Keith still is able to pull out that win at the last second with a 14.28. 2 pretty slow times, but Keith is lucky enough that he was going against a racer that was the race was not fast enough for him to be taken down. One more race here in round number 1 is between Cody Robertson in Alien Invasion and Alex Parrish in the Greek Lips Mohawk Warrior Fire. They're going around that final turn. This is a critical turn, and Mohawk Warrior is blowing away Alien Invasion. I mean, you're not going to be able to knock down you're not going to be able to knock down Mohawk Warrior any day when Alex is on his game, and sadly, Cody just cannot get that win. A 12.75, the fastest time of the night by half a second, more than half a second. Alex is here to play. Next round race is round number 2's first matchup between Bakugan Dragonoid and Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Keep in mind, that coming into this show, these guys were so close. Donnie and Alex, this is going to be such an incredible day. And your winner, oh my goodness, it goes down to the wire. We got to go to the video board and find out who won this race. And the winner was Bakugan Dragonoid with a 13.75, an incredibly close race. That was a photo finish, but Monster Mutt Rottweiler cut just short of moving into the semifinals. Next here in round number 2, we have El Toro Loco and Daddy D taking on Jazz in Blue Thunder. Very close, going over the final jump. This is going to be a photo finish, but right at the end, El Toro Loco is able to pull ahead enough to get himself that win. That race was actually a lot closer than we thought it was, only separated by hundredths of a second as El Toro Loco is able to pull out that win there. A very close race here in round number 2. Continuing round 2 action, the third race here of this round out of 4 is between Salt of Fortune Ice and Northern Nightmare. The first true test for Northern Nightmare as I'm going up against a driver for the first time tonight. Soldier Fortune Ice Fishtails in that last turn. It's very close going to the line, but your winner is Northern Nightmare moving in to the semi-final round as Soldier Fortune Ice came so close, but a 13.68 is good enough to put Northern Nightmare in that semi-final round. I'm just looking for that win. This is a very important race here in round number 2 as Alex finds himself, he's 4 points behind Donnie at the beginning of today, and if he moves into the semifinals, him and Donnie will both be in that round, but if he loses here, he loses a lot of ground on Donnie. He's going up against Keith and Dragon. Alex almost lost that race at the end, but it doesn't matter. He is moving on to the semifinals as he's able to beat Keith by a large margin with a 12.78. Alex is looking blistering fast right now. Nobody's gotten sub 13, and he is fairly under that 13-second mark. We're in the semifinal round. This is an important matchup for these two drivers as Bakugan Dragonoid is fighting for that tour lead, and El Toro Loco is fighting to get in the top 7. That's Donnie Sauce and Daddy D here in the semifinal round. They're going to the final jump. Donnie had a bit of a lead, but he lost steam a lot, and El Toro Loco pulling out a huge win as he moves into the final round of racing, knocking Donnie out here in the semifinals as El Toro Loco creating some drama in this semifinal matchup as he is knocking down the tour leader as Alex has an opportunity to get some serious points if he can move in to the final round. But the person that stands in his way is me in Northern Nightmare. This is going to be a crazy race. But going over the final jump again, Alex is just blistering fast. I gave him the closest race he's had tonight, but no match for Alex Parrish as he's moving into the final round. That was my fastest time of the night, too, with a 13.28. That's the fastest pass from anyone not named Alex, but he's moving on to the final round. Let's meet your final round contenders here in the left lane. He has been chasing the top 7 all season long. He's got a chance to get some points here. It is Daddy D and El Toro Loco. But in the right lane, he finds himself 4 points behind Donnie going into this competition. And if he wins this competition, things are going to get very interesting. It is Alex Parrish and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire. These two have been fast all night long, but Alex has been untouchable. He has been absolutely dominating, but Daddy D is getting close to him. But Alex goes over the final jump very quickly. And, well, there's no question about it this time. Alex Parrish is dominating racing, and he is your racing winner tonight. A 12.81, another blistering pass. There's nobody that has gotten even close to the times that he's been putting up tonight. So your winner in the America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses Racing Competition is Alex Parrish in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire. He needs to make up 4 points in order to be tied with Donnie going into the Skills Challenge, and he finds himself 3 points gained on him. So, going into the Skills Challenge, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire is 1 point behind the Bakugan Dragonoid. in the tour standings on the final show of the season. Things are getting dramatic out here. This is going to be a crazy competition going in to the Skills Challenge. But as you see, this is how the rest of these drivers lined up. But we kick it off in the Skills Challenge. I am coming out first in Northern Nightmare, looking to do something special. Got to get some points for Jelly because he is not yet in the World Finals. Not safe.
He said, oh, Canada.
Lining up for that bump on the other side, leaping across, cutting it down into a a stoppie. Cock in the front, two wheels, and a little stoppie there. Pretty good first hit for Northern Nightmare. Now lining up for the Jammer. And popping it into a slap wheelie, walking it down the track. This Northern Nightmare truck has been having a solid season, and now is sitting there on the rear two wheels. Cocks the rear steer and pops it into a moonwalk. Oh my! That is a move that has never been seen before, flipping it down into a bicycle. Wow! This is a crazy start off to the two-wheel challenge here today. San Diego fans, get yourselves ready because we are clearly stepping up the game. One of the best two-wheel moves I've ever had. Walking it down, flipping over into a save as well, and that is the end of the run for Northern Nightmare. And the score is a 36.75. That is a good way to start off the competition, a high score. Kicking us off next up in this two-wheel skills challenge presented by Great Clips is Sky in Gravedigger. She's hoping to have a bounce back night tonight. Had a rough weekend last weekend, but did have a pretty good show. And oh man, another unrealistic move. You can't do that. We've said it every single time she's out here. You can't pitch your truck back like that. That's just unrealistic. So that's a 0 on that move out of all the judges. Hopefully she can bounce back, get herself a good second hit. Oh boy, that was an interesting move. But again, the judges are quite tempted to not score that, but that's the end of the run, and the score to beat is a 36.75 out of Northern Nightmare. The score for Gravedigger is a 5, and that'll put her in second place as we head into the next run in this skills challenge. This is Keith in Dragon. Dragon looking to have a solid two-wheel run here. He needs to get some points as well. He's finding himself in a pretty solid position because Ryan gave him a lot of points in the beginning of the season, but he's lost a decent chunk. He needs to have a pretty good show out here. Made it to the second round of racing, and he's in a moonwalk. Sets it down as Dragon is done flipping around. Oh my! We're just not going to count this as a move. He's just trying to save that truck, and he sets it down. He's got one hit left here. All these drivers want to get the chance to compete in the World Finals. He's trying for a bicycle, walking it over the racing lane, gets it into a moonwalk. Oh my, that's a crazy move. Spinning on the sidewalls, and he is on his lid. That is the end of the run for Dragon. So your score to beat in this two-wheel skills challenge is 36.75. The score for Dragon is a 21. That'll put him in second place over Sky. Now we continue into the next driver out in this two-wheel skills challenge. This is Josh Cabe in Son of a Digger, filling in for Armando. Armando hasn't been able to compete in each of the last 3 events, so hopefully if Josh can keep this up, Armando should find himself in the World Finals. Maybe he'll be able to come back for that show. Not sure what we're going to do if a driver can't compete in the World Finals. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that. But Josh going from a moonwalk into a moonflip and lands it. A great first hit there for Son of a Digger. Josh has not had too many shows this year. The only 2 he's had is filling in for Son of a Digger. Lining up doing a bicycle off the backside of the backflip ramp. And he's walking it around. Alright, and now he's on the sidewalls. Can he save it? Josh has such control of his truck. He's on the back left wheel, sets it down, and that's the end of the run for Son of a Digger. A great run. Your score to beat is still a 36.75. That was put up by Northern Nightmare at the beginning of the competition. Son of a Digger gets a 35.75. That'll put him in second place right now. Nobody's been able to knock down Northern Nightmare, but next up, this is another staff member. This is Luke Clark in Zombie. Luke is hoping for a good show. He's competed in a lot of shows this season, filling in for other drivers. I mean, rightly so. He's a very great driver. I would want him to fill in for me if I couldn't drive. Popping it back into a moonflip. Does it even better than Josh did because he sits it down into a wheelie afterwards. That's a great first hit. You have to keep in mind that Northern Nightmare's first hit was not too great, but the second hit was the exciting one. Luke is hoping for an impressive second hit here, too, to get himself in position. And he's going for a bicycle off of the backflip ramp just like Josh did. And he puts it down into a stoppie, walking it back into a moonwalk. And he's going to be done. That is the end of the run for Zombie. Pretty good run out here in this two-wheel skills challenge. This could put up a good spot for the lead. 36.75 is your score to beat. The score for Zombie is a 36.75, but the judges decide that Zombie was the better run. That is your new leader. And next up, trying to take both of those trucks out of the hot seat, kinda, will be Cody Robertson in Alien Invasion, as he's trying to get himself into the World Finals as well. If not, you could count him in for the showdown for sure, as he's quite the good driver. We've been unveiling drivers that'll be in the showdown all week from the last weekend. But at the end of this, we will be unveiling the entire lineup, and a solid move there. He walked that wheelie up the pod and walked it all the way down. Pretty good hit for Alien Invasion, but if he can follow that up with a second hit, we might have a new leader here. Cody Robertson, known as Mr. Send, and he's also he doesn't use his rear steer mount, so I guess we can call him Mr. Front Steer. Now he's going down for a popper. He's walking that thing on those front two wheels, and he's flexing with those back rear steer tire turns. And now he's walking that moonwalk up the ramp. Can he get it into a better move? He's walking it down the racing lane a little bit too. A solid move there. Alien Invasion, a pretty good two-wheel skills run. Your score to beat's a 36.75. The score for Alien Invasion is a 34, which will put him in fourth. That was a pretty good run, though. Sadly, cannot quite take the lead away. Continuing along with our two-wheel skills challenge today, this is Diego on the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Diego also a driver fighting for that World Final spot. Lining up for the backflip ramp as he hits it. Nosedives into a moonwalk. Oh, yes! Great move. That's phenomenal. Absolutely amazing move. Walking this moonwalk down. This is a phenomenal move. Just walking this truck back and forth. A beautiful first hit for Diego coming out to play. And a great first hit. So he's got one hit left, a chance for him to take the lead away for sure. Didn't go for a hit there, that does not count. He still has one hit left. Let's see what he's got for us. Lining up for the backflip ramp. Popped it into a stoppie here. Let's see what he's got. He's walking the truck on the nose. Diego he needs one final push here. He wants this. He wants to get into the World Finals. He doesn't want to have to fight in that showdown. He's on the front two wheels still, walking it back to the backflip ramp. He nails it in, and oh my goodness, flips it over and sits it down. What a run out of Monster Mutt Rottweiler. That should definitely take the lead. Zombie is your score to beat with a 36.75. The score for Rottweiler of 42.25. Your new leader is Diego in the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Next up, the man chasing the Tour Championship right now. He is 1 point behind Donnie Sauce. It is Alex Parrish in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire. Again, 1 point behind Donnie Sauce. This is an important competition for these two drivers. And again, coming into the show, normally we unveil the results to the drivers. He's going a reverse bicycle into a forward bicycle. Oh my! Normally we unveil the results of the drivers. He pops it into a stoppie. I just don't have time to talk, Alex. Come on. Finally, I have a chance to breathe, but these drivers, Donnie and Alex, nobody knows who has won the Tour. We are leaving it for a surprise. They know the skills result, but they don't know who won Freestyle. Alex is popping it down into a stoppie here, walking it on the front two wheels. He had a really solid first hit, but he needs to do something spectacular if he wants to beat what Diego did. Diego had a phenomenal run. Alex needs to get it. He is going so hard right now because he does not want to let this Tour slip away. That missed freestyle that he got DNC in one freestyle that cost him 16 points in the road to the overall Tour Championship. That is so crucial. He doesn't want to let that kill his season. He's just walking this thing towards the backflip ramp. Him and the backflip ramp are buddies right now. He's just walking this thing back and forth. Alex is so ready to take this win away. Lining up for the backflip. He hits the backflip, under-rotates a little bit. He's on the nose and walking a moonwalk. Alex Parrish in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire, going for the throat. Lining up for the backflip again, stuffs it in and lands on a wheelie. Oh my God! What is happening out here? Alex Parrish in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire is losing his mind. And that is the end of the run. That should be your new leader, Monster Mutt Rottweiler, 42.25. Your score is a 43.75. Your new leader is Alex Parrish. He takes the lead away in the most crucial event of the season. Next up is Tyler in Max D. Tyler Traficante ready to hit the skills track right now. Max D looking for a good run. He's got 2 hits here. He's on the backside of this little jammer, the racing jammer. Putting it down into a stoppie. I filled in for Max D last week, so he's out here looking for a good run. A solid moonwalk there for his first hit. Now he's going for a backflip. Lands it on the rear 2 wheels. A backflip into wheelie, a mid-air backflip. Heck yeah, Tyler. Sets it down. That's the end of the run. So following that second hit, he might get a pretty solid score there, but the score for Max D is a 33.75. That'll put him in 7th. That is a pretty solid score for Max D. Next up, we have Vatomweight in Soldier Fortune Ice.
Observer, Alpha 3 rounds, AT delay in effect, 3 guns. Bravo, 2 rounds, 2 guns, smoke on the deck.
Soldier Fortune Ice, a pretty solid contender here in this 2-wheel skills challenge. Again, another driver hoping to get himself into the World Finals. Vatom's had some interesting 2-wheel skills moves this year. Let's see what he's going for. Hits the jammer backwards. He pops it into a moonwalk. He went for a little reverse slap wheelie there. Didn't work out too well, though. Gets an A for effort, but that's not going to get him as many points as he can. Lining up for one final jammer hit. Or maybe not. Changed his mind. guess he wanted to go back to the jammer he was once on, so he's going for that other jammer, I guess. Solid sky wheelie there, popping it into a slap wheelie. Oh, he's going for the double slap wheelie. That's my patented move, Adam, but I didn't get to debut it here. Tough break for me, but a really good run from Vadim Waite in Soldier Fortune Ice. That'll be the end of the run. So 2 very interesting hits. The score for Soldier Fortune Ice is a 32.75. That'll put him down in 8th in this skills challenge. Solid run, but that's not going to get him enough. He needs to really pick it up in freestyle if he wants to get himself a lock in the World Finals. Next up, in this 2-wheel skills challenge, representing the Tuna, it is Arian Goff in Megalodon. He is hoping to throw down a good run. Another driver really chasing that World Finals spot. A lot of drivers are so close to the World Finals. This is going to be a very interesting finish to the season. So we'll have to wait and see how Arian can do here if he can find himself in a winning position in this Megalodon truck. Lining up to cross-thread this jump. Not sure what he's going for here. Arian's done some interesting moves this season. Lining up for the center. Goes for a double backflip into moonwalk. Interesting combo there. But I guess it works. He's got 1 hit left. This is going to be a very important hit here. His first hit was solid, but I think he needs to step it up a little for hit number 2. Going for the backflip ramp. Going for another double backflip. Lands it in. He floors it after a wheelie. Hits the ramp. Does his signature move. Now he's on the sidewalls. Can he save it? Oh, no, he can't. That's the end of the run for Megalodon. So quite the interesting run for a Megalodon. Your score to beat's a 43.75. The score is a 24. That'll put Megalodon all the way down in 9th. Another tough break. But next up, now he finds himself in the most important position he's been in all season. It's Donnie Sauce in the Bakugan Dragonoid, who, entering this competition, is 1 point ahead of your current leader in this competition, Alex Parrish. This is going to be a crazy finish. I think he's going for the same move that I did earlier on, hitting that bump, going for a stoppie. Can he do it better than I did? You have to keep that in mind. When you do a move someone else did, you got to do it better or else you're going to get less points. And so far he's doing it a lot better, so I guess we know that answer. He's walking it all the way down. He's got a pretty solid move going, walking it all the way back, flipping over. Can he get it saved again? Yes, he can. Donnie Sauce, a Season 1 competitor out here, was the only driver competing in Season 2 that was in the All-Star Challenge as well. And he's going to hope to get into the World Finals. He's practically, I think he's a lock for the World Finals. Statistically, flips around here into a bicycle. Barely kicked it into that bicycle, though. He almost lost himself. This is a really interesting run. I don't know if he could take the lead, but he's got to do something crazy. Sets it down into a moonwalk. Gets close to the wall, hits the wall. Flipping around, can he save it one more time? Yes, he can. Bakugan Dragonoid's able to get that save. So your score to beat, a 43.75. This is a very important score coming in here. The score for Bakugan Dragonoid is a 38.5. That puts him in 3rd right now, which means that Alex sits 1 point ahead of the Bakugan Dragonoid going throughout the rest of this competition. 38.5, that's a score to keep in mind right now. If anyone beats that, then Alex will gain even more ground in freestyle. So Daddy D and El Toro Loco is the next driver out here as he is on the track.
Well, I grew up in one of them old
Lining up for the backflip, he's done this a few times. He's going for a wheelie off of the backflip, that's something different. A lot of these drivers are doing very different things. Season 1 and Season 2, very different seasons. He hits the backflip, over-rotates into a double. He's on the front 2 wheels on a stoppie. Oh my. Sets her down. Great first hit for El Toro Loco. Lining up for the log, a giant sky wheelie that he smacks into the ground, flips around, and lands it. That's the end of the run. El Toro Loco had a better first hit than second, so that'll probably affect his scores. Again, 38.5 score that you want to keep in mind for Donnie. That puts him in third. El Toro Loco will find himself in fourth with a 37.75. So, Alex still sits 1 point ahead of Donnie in the standings as of right now. Jazz is the next driver out in this competition. In Blue Thunder, he can play serious upset right now. Coming out after both of those drivers means he had a better week in two-wheel last week than both of them. He might even take the lead right now with a good enough run. I mean, if you take the lead away, then you're really upsetting the situation, but still keeping Alex a point ahead. I think Alex, all he wants is to see other drivers get in between him and Donnie. As Blue Thunder's on the nose, flipping it into a moon flip, and he walks it away on. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. What a move out of Blue Thunder, as he will just walk it all the way back. This Blue Thunder truck's been having quite the impressive second half of this season as he has gone. Jazz has really tried to put the nail in the coffin for that final World Finals push. He knows that the time is now. With Trace Jordan not competing in the show, he needs to overtake some drivers, getting himself into the competition. Flexing those front two wheels. It's a pretty good hit, but he's got to do something else or else he's not going to get too many points. Walking it back, and that'll set it down. So, really great first hit for Blue Thunder. Lining up for hit number two, going for the same move that he went the first time, and a moonwalk. He flips it around. He's on the sidewalls. And he flips it over. Can he save it one last time? Yes, he can. But that second, it'll probably affect his scores just a little bit too much. As the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior fires a 43.75, the score is a 36.25. That'll put him in seventh. And we have one truck left in this skills challenge. This is Lane Flores in Doomsday. Very important run here for Lane and for Alex and Donnie. As of right now, Alex will, no matter what, have at least 1 point gained on Donnie. The most he can have gained on him is 2 if Lane comes in second or third. This is a very important run in this two-wheel skills challenge. This has been one crazy show so far. Lane is just searching around for a hit right now. Making sure that he is perfectly lined up. He's lining up for that log. He's sitting there. He has decided to take off. He's lining up for the log. An absolute missile of a sky wheelie. Flipping over on the front end and flipping around. And he's on the right side. He's got to save it again. Spinning all around, and he finally sets that truck down. So Doomsday with a solid first hit, but he's going to have to knock our socks off if he wants to do something important in the scores right now. This is a huge move. The last two-wheel skills run of season number 2 as he goes down onto the front two wheels on a stoppie. Alex Parrish right now is inches away from a double down in the most important competition he's had so far this season. However, Doomsday trying to get an amazing second move to put himself over the top. Walking it back up the center ramp. The moonwalk is set down, and that is the end of the run for Doomsday. This wheelie does not count towards his scores. This does not count. Keep that in mind. And anything he comboed after that would not count either. That is the end of the run for Doomsday. Keep in mind, your score to beat is a 43.75. The score for Doomsday is a 31.25. That puts him in 12th, which means that your winner is Alex Parrish in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire. And that means that he will go into Freestyle up by 1 point over Donnie Sauce. He is able to gain 2 more points on Donnie. This has been the closest league season we have had so far. We've only had 2 seasons, but this one has clearly been dramatic at the end. Last season we had a dramatic finish too, as Michael Barth went all in at the end of the season trying to get himself that final push to win. So did Jake, but Luke was the one who ended up finishing on top. Here, We are 1 point separated going in to the last competition. Let's get into freestyle as Keith will kick us off in Dragon. Keith starting off this challenge in freestyle. He's got a chance to get this score off on a good foot. Flipping around. Oh my. Trying to rebound and he gets the save. Oh no, he did not. He's flipping over still. Still spinning on the sidewalls. He has just spent 20 seconds flipping around. Can he save it? Finally saves it after 25 seconds of a save. It stuffs it into the back end of that jammer. 30 seconds down in the run. Breathing fire, going for the side of the backflip ramp. Oh my, going for a double. He spins it around. Beautiful move. Whoa. A double backflip with a twist. He's got a little over a minute left and he's losing control of the truck again. And he's able to save it. 55 seconds remain on the clock, and again losing control. Can he save it? Again, another save. A lot of these saves are starting from him just losing control of the truck. Putting it down into a stoppy, walking that thing up, and putting it back into a almost moonwalk. He's got 35 seconds left. The last freestyle run for Dragon here in season number 2. Launching it. Oh my, the hang time. 172 feet on that leap. He's got 20 seconds left going for the backflip ramp. Hits it into a double, and that again would only count as one if he landed, but he did not. So that is the end of the run for Dragon. He will score a 22.75. Obviously that graphics is not exactly correct, but good start off to this competition. Next up is Luke Clark in Zombie. Spinning around, going for his classic move, the reverse off of the log. That's a move he's done a lot. Spinning around, and Zombie's on all fours again. Good way to start off the run. I mean, we always give extra points if you do something different off the start. That is definitely something different. San Diego gave us a really good show last year. This is providing to be a dramatic competition this time around. Oh man, he bumps into the wall. Can he save it? That's a tough break. He lost a bit of time on that move. Hopefully he can continue. Goes over the racing lane with some solid air. Luke, our owner of the league, always looking to do something crazy. He's also preparing for the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League World Finals number 1. That is going to be a crazy show. A lot of these drivers know that they are in. The Season 1 drivers have been preparing for months to get themselves into this show. Lining up for those logs, getting a solid hit, and that is a big move in Zombie's run, but he still has not had the wow moments that we've been looking for to possibly take a win in this competition. Zombie has not won a competition this year. Obviously, James would love to see his truck getting filled in for with a win. 35 seconds remain on the clock. Spinning around, it's backflip time. Lining up for the dumpster, getting a backflip. Went for the moonwalk. Luke and I, we've been battling it out for those backflip to moonwalks this year. Even a little drone camera, too. Hitting that jammer, sending it across the track, transferring it to the other side. He's got 7 seconds left. This has been a solid run. Not necessarily a winning run, but still a really good run coming out second here in the freestyle competition. That's the end of the time. This move doesn't count, just for the fans. So a good run for Zombie. He's going to give a little wave to the crowd. A really great run as that finish will put him probably in first place. 22.75 is your score to beat. Zombie gets a 36.5. That'll put him in first. So fairly consistent day scoring-wise for Zombie as Luke looks pretty good. Next up, it is time for Diego and the Monster Mutt Rottweiler to try and throw down here today in San Diego. I guess the names are pretty fitting. He had a fantastic two-wheel skills run. If he could throw down a good freestyle too, he might be able to get himself into the World Finals field. Sending it off the side of that jump. cross-threading it over to the middle. Now getting some more big air. This monster mutt Rottweiler's not a truck to mess around with. And if he can get into the World Finals, there will be two Rotties in that show. Josh Cabe, the main pilot of the monster mutt Rottweiler, going to try and lead Team Rottweiler to victory in that World Finals if Diego can join him there. We've had two really solid monster mutt Rottweiler drivers that have brought some victory to the truck. Diego's had some wins this year. Josh did last year as well. And Diego's spinning around and finishing on all four BKT tires. He's going to get some nice air there as well. And a sky wheelie, flips it down, pops it into a stoppie. So far, this is looking like your best run of the night. And it looks like his rear steer is broken on the Rottweiler. No, your rear steer cannot actually break in this game. He chose to do that. But his rear steer is broken on the truck. He's going to have to try and deal with that for the rest of the run. That's difficult to deal with. Hopefully he can throw down a good freestyle. We'll get a little bit of brownie points too for doing something different. Flip it around. Oh my, a crab save. He's trying to do whatever he can to try and keep this truck working with the tires cocked like that. Definitely not an easy situation that he's put himself in. And flooring it over that center jump, spinning around. He does a 180. Still has 20 seconds left on the clock. This truck is going to head over to the backflip ramp. It's the backflip sideways, flipping over. Somehow he's on the rear two wheels still, and he's able to save it. And now the only thing you could do with broken rear steer, or at least we thought until Diego came to be, is do a donut. This donut still will count for scoring. He's just spinning it around, getting a good run. His last freestyle in season number 2. And I guess he's going to just bump into the wall and get a moonwalk. A good run out of Diego. Going to give a little wave to the fans one more time before he heads off. 36.5 is your score to beat the score for the Rottweiler is a 38. That is your new leader, the Monster Mutt Rottweiler, with a great run, will take over the hot seat. Next up in this freestyle competition, coming off her best freestyle of the year. She is really hoping to continue that in today's show. It is Sky in Gravedigger. This is the latest she's come out in a freestyle competition do so. She's got to hope that she can throw down something pretty good. She also has never done a backflip here in the Steel Titan Sports League, so hopefully today can be her day. Getting some nice air. Lining up for that center jump, launching it over that center ramp. Sky is hoping that she can put in one last ditch attempt to get into the showdown. If she can have a good show, she had a pretty good show last time out. She could consistently be good in this show. You might find her in that showdown lineup, you never know. Launching that truck, spinning around. Oh my, she almost just did a cartwheel. She was able to control the truck pretty well. She does have very good control of her truck, I will say that. She is a very conservative driver, doesn't go super big, but she does have fairly good control of her truck. That is something I will give her. She knows how to control it. She's got a minute left in her last freestyle of the league, of the season at least. You never know when these drivers will be back. You probably will see a lot of these guys back in Season 3, but you never know. We're definitely going to be getting some new names next season, too. But in the way of that will be the All-Star of the World Finals, but that's an unrealistic save, and that is the end of her run. The rest is just for you fans.
Woman beg, and I make a good woman steal. I make an old woman blush, and I make a young girl squeal. I wanna be yours, pretty baby, yours and yours alone.
So sadly, her run ended very early with 40 seconds left because of that unrealistic save, and the score is a 22.75 that will put her in third, but that probably won't get her very high in the totem pole at the end of the day. Next up in freestyle, he's really looking to put down one final show off here. Mr. Air the king of air, Cody Robertson, in Alien Invasion.
A dimension of sound.
Cody's established himself as the king of air this season by getting some incredible hang time. He has not had records for air, though. He's only had 1 or 2 shows in which he's had the highest jump or farthest leap. Spinning around, oh, a nice little save, but he has been the most consistent getter of hang time in all of the league, hence why we call him the king of air. Launching it again. Cody is just the king of getting these fans on their feet. Big air is something that I love watching in a show, so whenever Cody's out here doing it, you better believe I'm going to be getting excited because I love seeing some hang time. And he just gets air unlike any other. He just sends it every single time. And flooring it for some more sick air. Cody Robertson doing his thing and transferring it to the other jammer. Stuffs it in. He's on the other side. Another guy with great control of his truck. And he saves it. That's his typical move. He'll flip over, turn it the other way to even it out, and then he'll try and throw it into the sidewalls. He knows how to save this truck when he can. He's in a position right now, going for the backflip. He corks the rear steer and he flips it into a, I don't even know what to call that. I'll call it a rear steer flip. I've done that too. Getting some massive air. He's in a position right now where it's very unlikely that he'll be in the main field of the World Finals, so he'll definitely be a threat in the All-Star Challenge, but he's got to do something, in the Showdown. Got to do something big in racing, though, in that show. Because, again, he's established himself as a freestyler. He's flipping around a mid-air corkscrew and another amazing move. Lining up for the backflip. He's going to turn it into a McFlip there. Smacks it into the wall, and he's going to finish it on its side. What a run out of Alien Invasion right there. 38 is your score to beat from Monster Mutt. Rottweiler, the score for Alien Invasion in his last run of the season, is a 39. That will put him in first place. The freestyle competition here is off to a raging start here for the Steel Titan Sports League Season 2, stop number 6, San Diego. You guys are getting one heck of a show for the second straight season. Soldier Fortune Ice, Vadim Wait next in freestyle. He's going to have 2 minutes to do whatever he can here on the clock. He's going to start it off with something different and a little stoppy. Spinning it into a moonflip. Beautiful. The most picture-perfect moonflip you could imagine. That was a reverse momentum moonflip too, I guess. It's a good way to start off your run. And now he's sending it. Big air. Soldier Fortune Ice lining up for the backflip now. Going down, sets it in, wanted to get that moonwalk, but he could not quite get a big one. A lot of these drivers have seen what me and Luke have done with that backflip to moonwalk. They want to try and compete with it, do something better. He's going for the backflip again. So after landing that backflip, he's going to continue his run. Lining up for the jammer, getting some nice air. This Soldier Fortune Ice has not messed around all season long. Vadim has had some interesting shows, but he should still find himself in a good position for either the Showdown or the World Finals. Lining up for the the side of the backflip ramp. He nails it too. He's had himself a really good run here. Now he's going to spin it around into a donut. It is donut time. Another great save. This Soldier Fortune Ice, oh man, he's on the side. Hit the brakes. All right, that works too. And launching it. This Soldier Fortune Ice is definitely here, stepping up his game in the last show. Even giving a bit of a nod to Cody with his amazing air in this run. Home for the backflip one final time. This is the 4th time he'll hit the backflip ramp. And he gets it nose-dived in. That'll be the end of the run. I guess we can consider this donut a part of it. He started it before the time ended. So that is the end of the run for Soldier Fortune Ice. A good run. So Soldier Fortune Ice with a solid run. 39's your score to beat. The score for Soldier Fortune Ice is a 36.75. That'll put him down in third. We're still getting closer to crowning that tour champion. But next up is Daddy D and El Toro Loco, another guy thrown into the mix here. He's making a push for the World Finals lineup as well. He's had himself quite the day. Final round of racing. Very exciting two-wheel run. Now Freestyle's a chance where he can put himself in that final coffin lock. Nose diving in for a bit of a nose pick there. Spinning it around, a nice save. That's a one-wheel save there. That was a pretty skilled save too. El Toro Loco's been quite the interesting truck out since season number 1. We saw Zacher, Wayne, and Daddy D all pilot this truck over the first 2 seasons, but Zacher and Wayne did not get into the World Finals. They're going to have to try and get into the showdown. Daddy D could be the only driver guaranteed to drive an El Toro Loco in the World Finals if he could get it in here. Getting the side of the jammer, he's having a good run. El Toro Loco has had a beating, and man, Daddy D has had quite the season so far. All eyes are on Donnie and Alex, but still, don't keep your eyes off of this guy because he is certainly going to put down a good run. He's spinning around, going for a save. He turns it the other way. Some game physics get in the way, but he still finds himself on 04 BKT tires.
We didn't know the odds were against us.
Oh my, he goes for a forward momentum backflip too. Wow, and then he goes comboing it up into another hit. A lot of combos in this run for Daddy D with 40 seconds left. Popping it now onto the front 2 wheels and a nose wheelie. Man, Daddy D has definitely stepped up his game. Flooring it because he's got the backflip in his sights. He hits it. And he got it. A lot of these drivers have had to try and figure out a way not to do double backflips. They've done it pretty well. Daddy D is no exception to that. He is doing a nice job. 10 seconds left, enough time for a hit or 2. He's going to hit the move, go for a corkscrew. Spinning it around for one final move. The last move of his season is concluded. This jump does not count. A great run for El Toro Loco. A lot of these guys are just finishing for the fans to try and give them a good run. Alien Invasion sits with your score to beat at a 39. Your score for El Toro Loco is a 38.75. So close, but that'll put him in second place. Continuing this freestyle competition along as he's had himself another solid day, it is Jazz, another guy vying for a World Finals position. Didn't get it in after Season 1. He was driving the Gravedigger, the Legend truck, and that season he is driving Blue Thunder, corking that truck on the first hit, going for something different like everybody else. In Season 1, we saw a lot of drivers do the same move on the first hit. This season, a lot of diversity. And cross-threading over to the center. He stuffs it in there and pops it into a wheelie. Jazz really needs to throw down one heck of a freestyle here. This is his last-ditch attempt to get into the World Finals. Feel the energy. Blue Thunder, this is his time to shine. Jazz sending it. Oh my, the leap there. That was crazy. Now he's going to stuff it in here again. Nose diving in, losing some body parts in the process. That'll go to a fan. Now turning it around. He's got a little bit over a minute left. Lining for the side of the backflip ramp. Double backflip attempt. And he nails it. A double backflip out of Blue Thunder. He is getting some serious elevation, that's for sure. He's getting a lot of air. A very consistent run for Jazz. He's nosediving in, and the truck rolls itself over into a save as he smacks into that wall. And flipping around a mid-air corkscrew. Yo! That was nice! What a move. Jazz is stepping it up. He's got 20 seconds left. 15 seconds of this run as Jazz is going nuts at the end of the time. He threw together a great finish going for the backflip. Perfection. 2-1. One more time. Hitting the backflip over, rotating it in to the ground. And that is the end of Blue Thunder's season. A 39 is your score to beat. This should be another close finish. Jazz's score is a 36.5. That'll put him in 5th. All right, that run got me up and excited, but I guess the other judges didn't necessarily agree, but still a great run for Jazz as he goes for the World Finals. Next up, Tyler Traficante in Max D is going for broke. Another driver who cannot make it into the World Finals, trying to make a push for that showdown. Starting it off, he's shooting some sparks off. Oh man, the truck is spinning around. Ow! Oh, a nice save. This guy knows how to get some air. He's had some bad luck this season though. Hopefully, he can throw together a good freestyle, because so far, I am the only Max D driver in the World Finals going for a backflip. Again, that only counts as one. He's one of the few drivers who loves doing those double backflips. He's like, you know what? I don't care it counts as one. I like doing those double backflips, so I'm going to do them. And good for him. He's being unique. And another save. These 2 minutes are always going to be filled with interest. Things go for him forward momentum backflip. I don't think we can count that. Actually, yes, we will count that. That was a solid forward momentum backflip. Spinning around again, and he's going to get a save. Going to launch it again across that center, cross-threading it. Hitting the logs. Oh my, spinning around a mid-air corkscrew again. We've seen a few of those today. He's got 44 seconds on the clock. This Max D trying to make one final run. Spinning it around, getting the sparks in. Cyclone time for Max D on the sidewalls. He's able to save it. Hitting it around, and a solid move. He doesn't have much time left. Oh my, that's unrealistic. We can't count that. But he is running low on time. He's trying to just get something going here. He's got 5 seconds left, hitting the side of the jammer. Okay, can't count that either. So too bad, some unrealistic moves are going to plague the end of his season. So that will be a good run. 39 is your score to beat the score for Max D. Even though those unrealistic moves were in there, he does get a 31. That'll put him down in 7th place. Next up, as he will try and throw down a good run here for his last run of the season, it is Josh Cabe. He does have to change it up, but he's got 13 seconds left. Not much time. Going for a double backflip. He lands it into a wheelie. He walks The break! Yes! What a way to finish the run! He's got one hit left. That score is going to definitely be reflecting in that last move. He did that move last, a double backflip, and then he walked the plank with it. One sick finish to his run. 39 is your score to beat Alien Invasion. This is going to be another solid score. It's a 38.5. That'll put him in third. A great run from Son of a Digger. As we continue throughout this freestyle, the Black Eggshell is out next. Doomsday, Lane Flores' turn to hit the freestyle track in San Diego. Let's see what he's got. His last freestyle of Season 2. We're hoping it'll be off the hook like all the others. Lane is probably the most underrated driver in all of the league. He drives a truck that is not very descriptive, but definitely he gets the point across with his driving. No flashy sponsors, no flashy name. He lets his driving decide where he finishes, and that is the important part of why Lane is such a great driver. Absolutely launching it. Lane has had a very solid season so far. He seems to be a lock for that World Finals unless something goes drastically wrong for him here. He's having a good run though. He needs to throw together some crazy moves. Spins it around, a nice move. And a huge sky wheelie. Nice hit there. And pops it down into another wheelie. This guy's hoping to throw together one sick freestyle. Wants to get into that World Finals so bad, as well as all the other drivers in this league. I remember the very first show of the season. All these drivers just hoping to get themselves into the World Finals. And some of them emerged as absolute serious contenders, like this guy, as he spins it around and another crazy save. And launching it, the truck is tipping over in the air, spinning it around on one wheel. Oh my! Another amazing move. Doomsday is just filled with energy today. Must have gotten a shot of Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder, the official sponsor of Monster Jam. Blue Thunder energy drinks. Huge air. He's got 10 seconds left. I'd like to see him go for the backflip. He hasn't done that yet. Still has not done a backflip. Flipping around. That could hurt his scores. That is the end of the time. No backflip for Lane Flores here in this freestyle. He smacks it into the dumpster. 39's your score to beat. The score for Doomsday coming in is a 36.25, and that would put him in 8th with 3 trucks to go. I'm sorry, there might be a little bit more than that. But Northern Nightmare is out here looking to do just what I came here to do, and that's win this freestyle competition. Stuffs it in a nice sky wheelie. I have a very different driving style from everybody else. I always have one move that I'm trying to accomplish in my freestyle. I typically have a plan for the first hit or 2, or maybe even 3. Going for a double backflip here, or maybe even a single backflip, nose diving it in. Oh gosh, truck's spinning around. Physics. Just trying to do whatever I can to save it. That was a weird save, but still. I always have my eye on one thing in a freestyle. Lining up for the racing jammer. Hitting it into a slap wheelie, walking it down. Oh my! Oh my goodness! A double mid-air backflip into a stopping moonwalk! What? A wheelie into double mid-air backflip. That has never been done before. And popping the moonwalk into a wheelie. Whoa! I'm stepping it up right now. Went for that move I did in the 2-wheel run, but the wheelie into moonwalk didn't quite work. Now cross-running it over to the center. Stuffing it in again, flipping around, and somehow this truck is managing to stay on all fours. Starting to flip over again, giving it some gas. Trying to save it any way possible, just flooring it. Truck has been on it. Oh my, this truck just loses control fairly quickly, I was noticing. Again, that's just game physics. Can't really blame me for that. Going for the transfer. Seen a few drivers do that today. There's 10 seconds left in the run. 4 seconds left and just throwing it down, flipping all around. A crazy run. Keep in mind, this doesn't count this little backflip here. A super high backflip too. But that mid-air backflip is probably going to be very influential in the scoring. The score from Alien Invasion's a 39. Your score to beat is right there. The score for Northern Nightmare is a 40. That is your new leader with not too many trucks left to come. But next up, this is where things get interesting, my friends. There are not many trucks left. After Alex will be Arian Goff, and then Donnie will be last with one-ditch attempt. Alex Parrish leads the tour by 1 point. Going into this freestyle run, let's see him throw down. Nosedives it in into a bat. Oh! He did a consecutive mid-air backflip. All right, I'll take myself out of the hot seat. Well, it was nice being in the hot seat for once, but yeah, that's not going to last very long. Alex Parrish going for broke, skywheeling that. If he wins freestyle, he will triple down. That would be a huge accomplishment for him. And he's spinning it. Oh my God, a mid-air corkscrew. All right. Well, everybody, I think we know what's going to be happening here. Alex is turning it on. I think we're going to be having a new leader. Things are getting interesting. Walking it down. Alex is going full bore in this freestyle, not leaving anything on the track. He said that he didn't feel too confident in his freestyle. Remember, neither Alex or Donnie know how they scored in freestyle. Spinning it into a donut. Stuffs it into that side of the ramp. Now he's lining up for the backflip. He's going in reverse, going for a power flip. Lands it in nicely, pops it into a slap wheelie. It's been a really good run for Alex. He still has 15 seconds left. It's going to be a close finish between me and him in terms of scores. Oh my, doing a McFlip! Can he land it? He's on the sidewalls. One final attempt and a save at the end of the time. And that is Mohawk Warriors' last run of the year. Northern Nightmare is your score to beat with a 40. Alex's score is a 42.25. Your new leader is Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire, and this got even more interesting with Arian Goff coming out. Let me explain. Right now, Alex still sits 1 point ahead of Donnie. If Arian takes the lead and Donnie wins freestyle, then Donnie will be your tour champion. If Arian finishes behind Alex and then Donnie beats Alex, then we will have a tie for the tour championship, and we'll have to have a tiebreaker that we will have them go through in this upcoming week. Then, if Arian doesn't come anywhere close and Donnie doesn't take the lead away from Alex, then Alex is your tour champion. Right now, Arian Goff plays a big role in this freestyle competition right now. He is Donnie's only hope at a tour championship at the moment, or an outright tour championship without a tiebreaker. This has been a crazy season, and it's only fitting. Oh my! A triple, quadruple! Oh my lord! A quadruple flip out of Arian Goff, his signature move, pulled to a T out here. Oh my, that is the fans on their feet. He is going for it all right now. In his final freestyle of the season, he wants to get this win. He is so important in this finish right now. This run needs to finish perfectly, though, if he is going to take the lead, because the beginning of the run was not too spectacular. Flipping around, trying to get another final save in. There he goes. He's got 20 seconds left. Gonna cross thread. He's got 7 seconds left. Needs to have an amazing move if he wants to take the lead on forward momentum. Backflip trying for 2. That'll prove costly right at the end of his time. Gets the save in, but that is the end of the run for Arian Goff. So, before we get to the scoring, keep in mind, if he takes the lead, that is Donnie Sauce's only hope at getting an outright tour championship. He is on his lid. The score to beat is a 42.25. The score for Megalodon is a 38.75, which means that the next driver out, Donnie Sauce, the only way he can win this tour is if he wins Freestyle. If he wins Freestyle, we will have a tie for the tour lead. And then he'll have to have a tiebreaker. So, Donnie Sauce is going for one final Hail Mary to win the tour. He's already off to a good start. Both him and Alex with crazy moves to start off their runs, but Alex with that consecutive left us speechless. So Donnie's got a little bit of ground to make up. This is going to be one sick finish to the tour. Donnie going for the backflip ramp. He nails it in, a solid move. And now he's going to send it over the center ramp. This is such an important freestyle for Donnie Sauce. This is the guy who had a phenomenal freestyle in the All-Star Challenge, arguably deserved to win that run. And now he stands to either win the tour or sit in second. Spinning it around in a donut. Getting major air. This is a good run. This is going to be so close. The judges right now are saying that these runs are about equal. It's going to be the second half of this run that'll determine how this tour is going to finish. Oh my lord, he's stuffing it in. Absolutely nailing it. The Bakugan Dragonoid is going for broke. A backflip too. Oh man, these guys are going to be sweating. Alex is sweating right now. This is getting close. Going for a reverse donut here. He is changing it up any way possible. Oh my, this is crazy. This finish is going to be off the hook. Got 30 seconds left in the run. The last 30 seconds of season number 2. Let's get it. Put your hands together, everybody. Donnie Sauce doing a mid-air flat spin. Going for the side of the backflip ramp. He stuffs it in. Spins it around and is on his 4 wheels again. 10 seconds left. Oh my goodness. He's got 1 hit left. He needs to put the nail in the coffin right now. This is going to be the closest finish we've ever had. He sits it down. That is the end of the time. That is it. That is the run. Donnie will wave to the fans. Let's find out this tour's finish and how it's going to go. Alex has a 42.25. If Donnie wins Freestyle, we have a tie for the tour. If Alex wins Freestyle, then Alex wins the tour, which means that when we are about to unveil the scores, that will determine how this tour is going to go down. So, the winner of Freestyle here in season number 2, that'll determine the tour's finish, is going to be unveiled right after this commercial break.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna just get into my spider.
I'm gonna remember that.
Wait, which car should I drive?
You got this one.
My car.
My car.
My car.
Your car.
Let's go.
Please tell me you saw that.
Puppets not stopping nothing, so they mind getting hated what they can't understand. They illiterate. The truth is my.
Je frisst daar kein besseres Hähnchenfleisch. Das ist echt fantastisch.
Let's go.
Oh, it's a beautiful day for a car chase.
Feel the beat set to me, courtesy of Wilma G. Tell the queen, feel the beat. So impressive with delivering my message. I don't need your respect. I don't beg for acceptance, 'cause I take what I need and never ask for permission. Make a class in session. Let's go.
Where you going?
It's the little sightseeing through the forest. I got you.
Who wants to be the bad guy next?
I'll take that, thank you.
You're welcome, bad guy.
What?
Guys, we gotta talk about the rules here. When we get back, we're having a meeting.
Let's go.
I love this car.
Welcome back. So, 42.25. That is your score to beat. The score coming in for Bakugan Dragonoid is a 41.5, which means that your winner of Freestyle is Alex Parrish in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire. Looking at those Freestyle standings, Alex gets 16 points, Donnie gets 15 points. A crazy finish all around in this freestyle competition. Let's find out who your overall event champion was today. Alex won all 3 competitions. Of course, it is going to be Alex Parrish in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. He swept all 3 competitions today, which means that he's also the first driver ever to collect 48 points in a show. So, your tour champion is Alex Parrish in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire. After a disappointing finish to his season 1, he came back, he saw, he conquered an amazing final show. The best way to end season number 2 right here in San Diego with a dramatic finish. Mohawk Warrior Fire, a fantastic show, a fantastic season. He's dominated all year long. He's going to the World Finals, and he had 242 points this season, dominating everybody else. As you can see, going down the point standings, Zombie should definitely be in the lead with that point total, but wow, that's funny. But still, going all the way down the top 7, as you see there, Northern Nightmare just left out by 2 points. Such a crazy finish to the season. The top 7 right there are going to the World Finals, but that leads us to some information regarding that World Finals. The Steel Titan Sports League very first World Finals will take place. It'll air on February 14th and 15th, 2020 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you are there. It is going to be a dominating battle of competitions between the 15 drivers in the Season 1 and 2 combined, and then the Showdown driver will make their way into that show as well. It's going to be amazing. Let's break down the 3 days that you're going to be seeing. On Thursday, we're going to be airing qualifying in the Elemental Showdown. The Elemental Showdown will consist of 8 drivers that did not make it into the World Finals between Seasons 1 and 2. They are getting their chance to get their final shot. Then on Friday, we will have the Two-Wheel Skills Championship first. That'll be followed by the Racing Championship. And then on Saturday, we'll have the Skills Challenge Championship. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. And then the Freestyle Championship all on Saturday. So, who's excited for the World Finals? Let's find out who's competing in that Elemental Showdown. There are 8 trucks combined from Season 1 and Season 2. They have earned their way into the showdown. They were hand-selected by the Steel Titan Sports League staff. And let's find out who they're going to be in just a moment.
And this is my chance I'm taking. All them old records I'm breaking. All you people watching on the TV, you go ahead and put your bets on.
The first driver of the Elemental Showdown is Zacher. He'll be driving regular El Toro Loco. The reason it's an Elemental Showdown is because you will be driving either a fire or ice truck if eligible, but Zacher has decided to drive the regular truck as there is another El Toro Loco that we'll find out about later in the in the little show here. But Zacher, the first driver in the Elemental Showdown. The second driver will be Monster Jam Cam Boy in Monster Dalmatian Ice. Some Season 1 drivers getting the opportunity to drive in this Elemental Showdown.
Every scar makes me dig down deeper, push it till there's nothing more, 'cause I'm stronger than I was before. It's time to stand up, show me what you're made of, hands up.
The third driver is Wayne Avengers Racing in El Toro Loco Ice. Moving into Season 2 drivers, next up we have James in Zombie Fire. We'll then have Northern Nightmare driven by Jelly. Another Team Fire truck will be Arian Koff in Megalodon Fire. There are only 2 trucks left. Two trucks left. The first one of the 2 will be Diego in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. The last truck will be Cody Robertson in Alien Invasion. You better believe this is a stacked field. They're all going to be out there fighting for that Elemental Showdown Championship. So the Elemental Showdown is going to consist of 3 competitions, not just one. It's going to be a racing competition, 2-wheel competition, and freestyle. The overall event champion is the one who will find themselves in the World Finals. This is going to be an incredible Elemental Showdown. You can check that out on Thursday, February 13th at 8 p.m. That is going to be an amazing show. The Elemental Showdown is going to be set, stacked, and ready to rumble as we get ready for this spectacular competition. The Steel Titan Sports League World Finals lineup is set, and these legendary drivers are ready to go. 15 of the best Steel Titan Sports League trucks getting ready to compete. You've got Luke, Michael Barth, Ryan, me, and so many other amazing drivers getting ready to compete in the first ever Steel Titan Sports League World Finals. I will see you all there.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.